Hi everyone, I'm Bonita from Pennies to Dollars and welcome back to my channel. So I shared with you in my video to use what you have, and I will link that at the end, that I'm doing something different in the kitchen, trying to save money by using up some of my food. And I have spent, as of August 19th, I've spent $108 for the month of August on food for 2 people. So I'm really excited about that. I'm seeing so much progress in my budget and with how much money I'm able to save just by using what I have. And I hardly have dipped into my stockpile. And I really need to do more of that. And so I just made a Jello salad. I had some leftover pineapple from another recipe. I had a can of mandarin oranges and a couple of boxes of orange Jello. And I mixed up a Jello salad to go with our supper tonight. I know why my mom put Jello as a side dish in so many of her dinners. It's because it's so super easy and cheap to make. And so we do that quite a bit, especially in the summer, because it's a nice, cool, sweet treat that we can have that costs very little. So today we're going to talk about different household changes that we have made to save money. As you know, we are saving up with a goal in mind. I want to retire early. My husband may want to work a little bit longer, but I want to retire early. And so I have been working towards that by making sure that we get our dental work done, that we get money saved up, that we are debt-free, mortgage-free, car payment-free, all those things that go into having less worry if one or both of you is not working. We have been practicing on living on a lower budget, and we've been doing really well with that. So I'm not worried about going into that phase. I'm excited about it. I'm not scared. I hear from so many people how scared they are to maybe quit their job or take a break from their job, but I'm not feeling that fear. And that's because I've prepared ahead of time for those types of things that may come up. Inflation has been a great motivator, I think, for all of us to look at our expenses, cut back where we can, try to save money if we can. And I think through all of this process that I've learned a lot of things that I could change in my household, and I bet you have too. We have changed the way we cook, the things we eat, the way we snack, what we drink. We have taken all of that into account and changed up things in our house that has not only helped us with our health, but also helped us with our pocketbook. We have been increasing our gardening each year so that we can bring in more produce fresh from our garden that tastes better and that we don't have to purchase. And I have to say, I've really enjoyed it. I look forward to every evening going out and seeing the progress of what I'm growing. We have changed to more substitutions in our household in different areas to save money. You know, there for a while, eggs were a crazy price. They've come back down in Kansas, but we were substituting for eggs. So we have been flexible in those areas as prices have been unreliable. I don't know if you grew up using any kind of talcum powder or anything, but when I grew up, my family's era, and I grew up with talcum powder. In fact, we had a nice little round, beautiful container with a little powder puff that you would even use that was perfumed. But they don't really make those anymore. So instead of buying powder, which it's been really hard to find since that lawsuit went out, I just use cornstarch. Cornstarch is in powders normally, and cornstarch works by itself for a perfect perfume-free type of powder that you can use. We have been going through everything, looking for things we can reuse, repurpose, and all of these things can be done regardless of inflation. Some people will pay their bills ahead of time, maybe 6 months or a year ahead of time for their phone bill, their electric bill, knowing that that's taken care of. That's not one of the strategies that I use. I do stay about a month ahead on my bills, and that is just so if something unforeseen happens and I can't focus on my due dates right then, I know it's taken care of until I can get to it. It can sit there a couple, 3 weeks, and I don't have to worry about it. But I don't pay those bills that far in advance because I want to keep my money in my account and drawing interest. I don't want the electric company to have my 12 months advance money or the phone company to have my 12 months of advance money. I want to be drawing interest until that is due. And then I will set up my electric bill payment so that we'll pay on the due date. Many items can be used in more than one area, just like the cornstarch example that I gave you. For instance, I did a short the other day about hot dog buns. We get marketed that hot dog buns are for hot dogs, and sometimes we forget that they are just bread. So we can make egg salad sandwich, tuna salad. We can have a hot dog on there. We can make a peanut butter and jelly. We can have sloppy joes on there. Just about anything that you would use bread or a bun for, you can use a hot dog bun for. The same with the hamburger buns. You can use it for things that don't have to be just strictly a hamburger. It's just bread. And I think we forget that we can mix and match and we can use things in other ways than what it is said that it is for. Maybe think about all the things that are marketed to us for lips. You have lip gloss, lipstick, you have chapstick, lip balm, beeswax, Vaseline, Carmex, and I bet many of us have several of those variations in our house right now. They make us think that items are only one use and disposable. We've talked about tin foil and plastic wrap, bread bags. Many of those things are reusable, but we think they are disposable because that's how they're marketed to us. Even plastic silverware. If you take some on a picnic, bring them home and wash them and use them again. They are not disposable. They are very washable. Even Solo cups are washable. Wax paper can be saved and used again. If you put your cookies on there to cool, just brush off the crumbs, fold it up, and save it for the next time you make cookies. Even hairspray can be used for chigger bites. Clear nail polish can be used for chigger bites. You don't have to go out and buy something special from the pharmaceutical area to treat those. Baking soda can be used for so many things. It can be used to make a paste to put on chicken pox, to put on bug bites that itch. You can use it to clean the corrosion off of your battery cables. You can use it to clean with, and you can use it to bake. There's tons of ways to use baking soda. In fact, the other day, I got mustard down my brand new shirt, about 5 or 6 drips of it. And I was just so upset because I'd actually gone out and bought 2 new shirts for summer because I had to throw a bunch of mine away because I'd actually worn them out. And I looked it up on the internet and it said mustard is the hardest stain to get out. I'm like, great, wouldn't you know? But if I use some of my vinegar spray in my bottle with my vinegar and water and then put some baking soda and sprinkle it on the mustard stain, it has that chemical reaction that vinegar and baking soda do, and it lifted all my mustard stains off where my shirt looked like brand new. We've also used it to get corrosion out of our shower head by soaking it in vinegar and baking soda. So see, there's lots of ways that you can use these things. The other day, I was at a gas station. I went in, shut off my car, got gas. My car wouldn't start. I thought, are you kidding me? And I looked under the hood and I had corrosion on one of the batteries. Well, I didn't have any baking soda and I was at a gas station. So I went inside and I thought, I've seen lots of old commercials how Coke would eat a nail. Do you remember those in a jar? Put Coke over a nail and eventually it would eat the nail. And I thought, I don't really drink Coke, but I do drink Diet Pepsi. I used my husband's reward number at the gas station, got some Diet Pepsi at a discounted rate, went out and dumped it on my corrosion, and it just ate it right off. My husband showed up, gave me a jump, and said it just wasn't getting enough connection because of that corrosion, and it has started ever since by using Diet Pepsi on my battery cables. So as we are going forward, that 3-paycheck month is coming up in October. There are 2 of those a year. Get caught up on bills, stock up on food, get some car repairs done, all kinds of things you can do with that 3rd check, or put it into your savings to grow interest. Being frugal gives us lifestyle options to save money. Finding little tricks and tips on how we can reuse things or use them for other purposes can save us money. So the next time you pick up an item in your house, think about how many ways that item can be used. Let me know in the comments if you have some examples of this. We would all love to hear those, and I hope to see you in the next video.